Hello and welcome to a day in the life as a social media marketing agency owner. In this video, I'm going to be taking you guys through my day today. It's currently Sunday. It is around 11 p.m. I'm just getting everything set up for tomorrow. I'll show you guys what that looks like right now. And the reason I'm starting this vlog today is because your day actually begins the night before, right? Like if I don't have everything optimized and set up today, I'm setting myself up tomorrow for failure. So I just want to start the vlog here and now I'll show you guys what it looks like in the evening time for me. All right, now the first thing is my schedule. So I've just gone ahead and I've already planned out what I'm going to do tomorrow in my work block. I always plan out the first 4 hours of my day. You can see for every other day, it's just marked as deep work. Tomorrow, once I know what exactly those progress tasks will be, I'll put them in there. But tomorrow we're gonna spend a lot of time working on Upwork and the case study. Upwork is one of our client acquisition channels for my agency. So I'll show you guys some more into that tomorrow, but the day is already planned. And the red lights are on. These red lights are on in the evening because the red light is the lowest on the light spectrum. They simulate melatonin production. So these guys are on, they're on a timer. These are about to go off in just a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead, get myself in bed, blow out the candles, and get ready for a day tomorrow. One last thing to do before we go to bed. This is my personal phone. It's gonna go in this box. It's got a timer on here. I'm gonna set it for essentially what is tomorrow at noon. So won't have any distractions tomorrow morning. We'll be able to get right on it. The only thing I'll have is the phone that I'm currently recording this on, and this phone doesn't have anything. It's in black and white. It has a messaging app for emergencies. It can control like the lights in my home, but there's really no distraction on it. So let's go ahead and get this guy locked. Very cool. All right, good morning. It is currently 7:15 a.m. I just woke up and I decided to go for a bit of a morning walk here. It's an absolutely beautiful day outside. I'm watching the sunrise. I'll show you guys that in just a second. I had a pretty crappy night of sleep last night, so it's good to get up and get going bright and early. I'm definitely gonna feel it later, but for now, let's keep going. All right, we are back home now. It's around 7:50. Just gonna do a quick morning routine. Got a couple of things here. Sunscreen, retinol, gonna brush my teeth, and basically go downstairs and get started with work. All right, so I've made it down to like a cool working space in my area. I've got the laptop, got the AirPods, tripod for recording, and just a quick notepad so I can take notes. And the first task on the list for today is to go through Upwork. So Upwork is one of my agency's client acquisition channels. There's lots of good opportunities on here every single day. So I just spend a little bit of time going through, marking the ones that we might want to apply to, and then just writing out a short proposal, telling them how we can help them and trying to get them on a sales call with myself. So I'm gonna dive into that. It probably won't be too lucrative today because we're just coming off the tail of a weekend. Most of the time midweek, there's a lot of better opportunities on here, but I'll take a look and I'll report back with what I find. All right, so I've gone through and I've liked the ones that I think are gonna be a good opportunity. This first one here is a social media specialist for a real estate agent, which is fantastic. I have lots of experience with that, some strong case studies there. This one is pretty vague, but it's organic growth expert. We have some really good case studies in that area as well, more specifically to the service rather than health and fitness. I can also see this person's in a third world country and the budget isn't that high, but I think it's always worth it for me to throw my line out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply to that job as well. Here's an interesting one, social media assistant needed for author launching book. The reason I picked this one is because I think there's gonna be a lot of room for negotiation. You can see here, she calls it, where is it? She says, such as through the little movies that I see, right? So she's talking about Instagram Reels there. She's calling them little movies, which makes me think she doesn't know a whole lot about social media, which makes me think that I can come in and maybe sell her that, hey, this is a better way to do this. And then I can introduce myself and my services, and it might be a good fit for her. So we'll go ahead and apply to that one as well. And then we've got another real estate one right here. It's for a real estate personal brand. So for a real estate agent and investor. They also own a small brokerage. We've worked with all three of those before, so I think it'd be a really good fit if we can get them on the phone. And they say they do not want ClickFunnels, lead gen ads, or PPC. fantastic, right? This is an exact fit. So I'm gonna go ahead, apply to these, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, I've just finished one of the first proposals for one of the real estate agents that I had on my list. I wrote out a quick cover letter. It's pretty standard for what we normally do, so I'm not gonna show you guys too much into that. Also describe your experience with similar projects. You can see here with the attachments, I've actually gone ahead and submitted a real estate marketing strategy iteration 1. Hopefully you guys can see that. Basically, we have a strategy document we created for another client, and I can pretty much use this to show them what recent experience we have, because like that's the whole plan. I can give them A to Z. This is exactly what we've done, and that is really, really helpful. So I've gone ahead and attached that along with some other results and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead, submit this, get on to the next couple, and then I'll see you guys when I'm on the next task. Also, just one quick important microcosm I wanted to talk about. I want you guys to notice that the very first task in my day is actually growing the business. Like I have 4 hours to just sit down and focus on what actually moves the business forward. And today I'm directly submitting proposals to get clients. So this is the most important thing if you're running an agency. It's client acquisition. Probably a good 80% of your time should be spent there. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. All right, so I finished my Upwork proposals for the day, and now I'm on to revising my profile and actually building out a case study for Upwork. Now, we've been able to do really good on Upwork so far, but to be honest with you, it's mostly because the proposal writing is something I feel like I'm pretty good at. I think that my profile could have a lot of room for improvement, especially with the attachments and the certain case studies that we attach to it. A lot of them are very, very old and outdated. The results are good, but the actual presentation doesn't look good, right? Like I feel like the information on the slide is really good, but it looks really, really bad. So I'm gonna spend some time actually rebuilding this because these first impressions really do matter, especially when you're selling a service like content creation, social media management. Someone's gonna look at this and say, I'm not gonna buy content from this person. So I'm gonna go ahead, revise this, and I'll see you guys once that's done. All right, so it's going on noon, and noon is when my calls start. I didn't exactly get a chance to finish this case study that I'm building out because these case studies take forever to build. But I made some pretty good progress on it. I think it looks pretty good. There's actually some watermarks on there, so I got to get those removed. But once that's done, should look pretty good. I've got a few more slides to build out, and then we should be good to go. All right, we're back in the lab. It's time to get into the calls for the day. I've got about 3 hours, I think, of calls today, so let's get started with that.
Grow your social media. So the highlight section is just like a tiny fraction of a good social media page. It's like a 1%. Whereas something like better content, more videos, a more, something related to a hashtag.
So what you guys just saw was a clip from a coaching call that was hosted by my mentor and my good friend, Adam. Now back onto sales calls for the day, and it's looking like we'll have a no-show. I've been sitting here for about 5 minutes now, and I don't think they're coming. So very, very unfortunate, but hey, that's a part of the game. All right, I'm about to check onto Slack for the first time today. It's currently around 2 p.m., so I'm gonna check in, see if there's anything I can help out the team with. Just gotta check in, make sure clients are all good, make sure service delivery is going smoothly. I don't do a whole lot around Slack these days. I have an incredible team, and I'm super, super thankful for them, but I'll check in, see if there's any work that needs to be done, and then I'll be off to lunch. All right, guys, sales calls for the day are done, and to be honest with you, it was a pretty rough day. I had 2 sales calls scheduled. One of them was a no-show, did not message, just did not show, which kind of sucks. It's a part of the game. And the other one was this guy who was honestly just super disengaged. He wasn't super interested in what we were talking about. He was definitely more of like a tire kicker. Just did not go well. So unfortunately, no clients closed today, but I think that's great for this vlog. It's very realistic. Like most calls don't end and close. And I think like I've seen a lot of these videos on YouTube, and a lot of them are very overhyped. And I feel like this one was pretty realistic. Like it was just kind of an average day. So yep, I'm pretty tired after all those sales calls. Still a bit tired from last night. So I'm going to go ahead, think about to head out for dinner, and I will catch up with you guys very soon. And then one of the last things I'm going to do today is just have a quick quiet time. Quiet times for me is typically around half an hour to an hour long. It just consists of reading my Bible, spending some time in prayer, and spending some time in just reflection for the day. And then also a little bit of planning for the next day. It's not technically part of the quiet time, but that's where most of those thoughts all come together. So about to get onto that, and then we're almost at the end of the day. All right, guys, the red lights are on, and that means it's almost time to go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it for you guys. If you guys have any ideas for future videos, anything you guys want to see, or any questions, please just leave them down below in the comments. Yeah, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 25 subscribers, so would really appreciate all your support. And if you guys want to connect with me, my Instagram will be in the description. I'll talk with you guys soon, and have a good one.